Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing some booster box opening. But before we jump into that, if you do like the video, please do me a big favor and like the video right down below. It does help spread it around with the YouTube algorithm. And if you really like what you see, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do, turn on the notification bells. That way you don't miss when I upload new content. I also have a Patreon for those of you who are feeling extra supporty. Patreon members do get their name shouted out in the first video after they sign up, as well as their name shows up on the end credits of every video. And rookie tier and higher get these nifty custom metal memory counters featuring Agumon and Gabumon, as well as all members get exclusive early access to special videos like my upcoming History of the Digimon TCG series, and exclusive access to giveaways just for my Patreon members. If you're interested in any of that, link is in the description. And the last little thing I want to cover, I'm still taking pre-orders for the Bushy Agumon playmats that you should see appear on screen, and I have a new playmat that I'm trying to design. I've got 3 different designs. Well, we'll name them 1, 2, and 3. Let me know what you think. Which one you like the best? Leave that down in the comments section, and I'll make those playmats. I'll make that. Whoever gets the most votes, I will make that playmat. Alright, let's get right on into it. Alright, so here we are. 3 starter decks, green, black, and purple. We'll obviously start in order with starter pack 4. Got my trusty knife. Alright, and we'll go ahead and open these up. Now, I did order these online, so this dealer unfortunately did not give the additional dash pack that comes with ordering 2 starter sets, but that's okay. That's what happens when you order online. You're lucky to get any promotional stuff. But every starter set comes with 1 booster pack from BT-04, so that's what we will open first, because we already know what to expect from the starter set. It's these booster packs that we're super interested in. All right, there we go. That was a bit hard to open, but here we are. We got Galmon, Fugumon, Purge Shine, Agumon, Diatrimon, Leolmon, Neo Devamon. Still trying to work out a Dan Devamon deck, but he'll probably be part of it. Razielmon, Lotusmon, Boncho Golemon, Cerberusmon Werewolf Mode is our first rare, and Dracomon as our next one. Alright, nothing super special in that pack, but that's okay. I think these are the same as the ones, yeah, it's a booster pack, so it's the same as the ones that I already got from the box. So there's that. We'll hold on to those 2. Right there, those are our 2 rares we got. Let's take a quick look at the starter set. Boop. So, of course, we get starter pack instructions that go for the game. We all know how to play at this point. Starter pack memory counter, memory cards, whatever you want to call them. Collectible, of course, because I have all of them so far. Alright, we got Modimon as our Digitama. 4 copies of Floramon. 4 copies of the Searcher Tentamon, which is good for the green decks. On play, reveal top card of your deck, and if it's green Digimon, add it to your hand, otherwise place it on the bottom. It's not the strongest Searcher, definitely not better than Wormmon, but still works. We got 4 copies of Palmon with the inheritable effect of when attacking. If you attack an opponent's Digimon, you get an extra 2000 DP for the turn. We got 4 copies of Kunemon, and that will round out our level 3s. Then there are 4 copies of Togemon. Also has a when Digivolving effect when attacking. If you attack an opponent's Digimon, you get 2000 DP. So essentially, you would digivolve from Palmon into Togemon into whatever, Kabuterimon or Mega Kabuterimon or something like that. And now you have an extra 4,000 DP to beat over one of your opponent's Digimon. We have 4 copies of Kuwagamon, and we got 2 copies of Kabuterimon Blocker, 1-drop or 1 to evolve blocker. So that's the card, one of the main cards you want from this deck. You're gonna need a full playset for all of your green decks. And that's it for level 4s. We go into 4 copies of Okuwamon, 2 to evolve level 5, so it's a cheap evolution level 5. And then 4 copies of Lilymon. 1 Digivolving, reveal top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 level 6 or higher Digimon card from among them to your hand, place the remaining at the bottom in any order. And then we also have 2 copies of Mega Kabuterimon. Your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Alright, now we're going into our level 6s. 2 copies of Rosemon, 1 Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack or block until end of turn. A little bit of disruption. And then the big boss man of this deck, Hercules Kabuterimon. Comes with piercing, and then its main effect is a Digiburst 2 to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Moving on, we got 4 copies of Izzy. Gives you an extra memory when one of your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended. 4 copies of Needle Spray, suspend one of your Digimon, and 2 copies of Electro Shocker to return one of those suspended Digimon back to their owner's hand. And that, my friends, geez, can't even see it. And that, my friends, is the green starter deck. The important cards here: Tentamon's a good searcher. This Blocker Kabuterimon, the 1 to evolve, is a very important card for green. And then the Hercules Kabuterimon is actually still a pretty decent boss monster to build your deck around. Needle Spray is a very useful card as well for the whole suspend your Digimon thing. You'll see these being played in like Nidhoggmon decks. Needle Spray can be used in the Black War Greymon Disaster deck that I built and had another video on. If you missed that, link iCard, you know what to do. And we'll go ahead and move on from there. Alright, boom. Next one, black starter deck. There we go. Booster pack. Alright. Here's hoping we get something good. Alright. First up, we got Meteormon, Gabumon, Flamemon, Skull Scorpiomon, Galgamon, Maycrackmon, Phantomon, Dobermon, Crowmon, Bukamon, Pollen Spray as our rare, and Aldamon as our super rare. Very nice. I don't think I got Aldamon from my booster pack, so definitely good to add to my collection. And it's a super rare instead of just a regular rare. Always good to have those. Alright, next up is our starter deck. Alright, start off 4 copies of Kapurimon. Your turn. While this Digimon has blocker, it gains 1000 DP. Good for the reboot blocker black decks. We got 4 copies of Jazzamon. 4 copies of the level 3 blocker Agumon. 4 copies of the toy Agumon that gives you an extra draw 1 if your opponent did not attack you as an inheritable effect. 4 copies of Commandramon to round out our level 3s. Obviously good for the D Brigade decks. Moving on to our level 4s, we have 4 copies of Greymon. Same as the toy Agumon, gives you an extra draw 1 if your opponent did not attack. Of course, as an inheritable effect. I know from experience in previous black decks I've built and played on Tabletop Simulator that having both of these cards in an evolution chain really starts to add cards to your hand really quickly, especially early if you can get them in early on, because a lot of people don't attack early on because they're busy trying to build their board. Alright, we then have 4 copies of Jazzermon, 2 copies of the 1-drop or 1 to evolve Dark Tyrannomons. I really wish they'd given a full playset, because now you have everybody wants the 1-cost blockers. So then you gotta buy 2 starter sets or buy a starter set and a couple extra singles. I really wish they'd given a full playset in the starter sets. That would have been cool. But again, important 1 to play blockers, very important for pretty much every deck now. Moving into level 5s, we have Metal Greymon. When digivolving until the end of your opponent's next turn, one of your Digimon gets blocker. Of course, this deck is very blocker centric. We then have 4 copies of Metal Tyrannomon. Not sure why it wasn't a 2-cost to evolve like it was in the green deck. Maybe just because green's good with the low-cost evolutions. But it would have been nice to see a 2-cost level 5. We then have 2 copies of Megadramon, who gives blocker as an inheritable effect. 2 copies of level 6 Machine Dramon, who gives 2 of your Digimon reboot as his digivolving effect. This is actually, even though I haven't seen it a lot, I was debating on playing this in a black deck, so this is actually a pretty cool effect. Then 2 copies of Blitz Greymon, has the security +1 and the Digiburst 2 effect to give 1000 DP to one of your Digimon until the end of your opponent's next turn. 4 copies of the 2-cost Tai Kamiya. You can unsuspend one of your Digimon when you use blocker. Essentially, what you're doing is you're trading, instead of suspending your blocker, you can suspend the Tai instead. But it doesn't have to be your blocker. You could use your blocker to suspend your blocker to block an attack, then suspend Tai to unsuspend one of your other Digimon. It doesn't have to be your blocker, but essentially the idea here is you get to block without having to suspend your Digimon. And we got 4 copies of Laser Eye to de-digivolve 1, and 2 copies of Dark Side Attack to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 7 or less. And of course the memory cards for collection purposes, some more instructions, and that's it. The kind of important cards here, the level 3 blocker Agumon if you are making a blocker heavy black deck. The Commandramon is important for the D Brigade. Of course, your 1-drop Dark Tyranno blocker, and then these 2 Machine Dramon and Blitz Greymon are pretty good cards for building a black deck around, although there are much better Digimon for that. Alright. Last up, Purple. Purple is actually making a very good comeback in this set. I like it. I like to see it, especially with the more retaliation heavy decks. With the Retaliation Dovimon, the Xiaomon that gives retaliation, and hell, even the Wizardmon that, as long as you're playing a purple-yellow hybrid, Wizardmon gets retaliation as well. Oh, oops, I got ahead of myself. Booster pack first. There we go. Okay. So we got Neodevimon, Tobiumon, Leolmon, Diatrimon, Volkdramon, Gotsumon, Maycrackmon, Soundbirdmon, Tactical Retreat, Missymon. Our first rare is Yoshino Fujita, and Marinkaimeyermon. I don't know why it sounded extremely country then. But those are our 2 rares. I was hoping to pull a different, like another super rare, something, or secret rare, that'd have been nice, but that's okay. I got Aldemon, which is pretty much the only addition to my collection. I already had all the other cards. And now we're going into the purple starter. So 4 copies of Pagamon as our egg. On deletion, trash top 2 cards of your deck. Of course, it's purple, so trash shenanigans will ensue. We got 4 copies of Devamon, 4 copies of Gabumon. When attacking, trigger draw 1, then trash 1 from your hand. I really like the way this purple is going with the starter set, because before, getting cards in the trash was pretty much just through on deletion effects, like Itmon. But now, it's when attacking effect, you can draw 1 and trash 1, so you get a new card and you can put something in the trash that you want there or something you didn't need. So, very cool. And it's when you attack, so it happens much more frequently than on deletion effects. We got 4 copies of Dracomon. On play, you may return 1 purple option card with a memory cost of 1 or 7 from trash to your hand. The 7 cost one is, of course, going to be Nailbone. That's the big card for purple options right now. But on play effect for Dracomon, it's not just for hard playing it, but also because there are a lot of purple. Well, I would say a lot, but now purple has quite a few. Between Mastamon, Metal Garurumon, and now Anubismon to be able to play level 3s for free. Then we got 4 copies of Elecmon to round out our level 3s. We got 4 copies of Garurumon. Same thing as Gabumon. When attacking, trigger draw 1 and then trash 1 from your hand. Getting an evolution line of these 2 would be a draw 2, trash 2, which is very, very powerful for setting up your purple plays. We got 4 copies of Yokomon, or Yukomon. It's a dark version of Cubimon. We got 2 copies of the 1-cost Devamon blocker. And then 4 copies of Kyukimon, level 5. 4 copies of Skull Sadamon. When digivolving, you may return 1 purple Digimon card from your trash to your hand. We got 2 copies of Where Garurumon. Your turn. While you have 5 or more cards in your trash, Digimon gets 2000 DP. Then we have 2 copies of Venomyotismon. When digivolving, up to 2 of your Digimon gain retaliation. And then 2 copies of the new purple Crest Garurumon, who has Security +1 and the Digiburst 2 effect to play 1 purple level 3 Digimon from your trash without paying its memory cost. I forgot to mention that earlier with the other ones. So now there's actually 4 Digimon in purple that play level 3s for free. We got 4 copies of the 2-cost Matashita. When one of your Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to gain a memory. 4 copies of Deathclaw, which is the 1-cost that was mentioned from Dracomon. This is the 1-cost option card they were thinking of. You may delete one of your Digimon to delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. And then 2 copies of Nailbone, like I said, which is the big one. Level 7, you may play 1 purple level 3 and 1 purple level 4 Digimon from your trash without paying their memory costs. No on-play effects activate though. And of course, we got our memory cards, instructions. Alright, and that's our starter purple deck. The important cards from here really are just the blocker Devamon. This Crest Garurumon would be cool to build a deck around, and then your option cards, Deathclaw and Nailbone, are played a lot in purple decks. The other stuff, not really so much. Pokemon's good for trashing, but there are other Digimon that are being opted to play now. Alright, and then these were our big winners from these packs. We got whatever. Boom, boom, boom. And of course you can't see it because of the glare. Let's move these down. Boom. Pollen Spray, Dark Dramon, Cerberusmon, Werewolf Mode, Marine Chimeramon, Yoshino Fujita, and Aldemon. Aldemon being the only one I didn't pull so far from a booster set already. And of course, as a reminder, I do have an upcoming live stream where I'll be opening another booster box. and they came with power up pack and 2 dash packs. I was super lucky. I actually got this for like 115 bucks, the whole box set, which was a pretty good price to me because I paid like 160 for the first box, and I was super surprised to get these power up and dash packs. So I will be opening that on a future live stream. So yeah, subscribe, that way you don't miss out on that. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Stay amazing, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.